Today we are reading Olive, the Other Reindeer, a story of sorts. Get to the first page. Every day, Olive took her daily dog walk, winter, spring, summer, or fall. Today was a winter's day. It was the holidays. There was music playing outdoors. People were singing along. Olive, the other reindeer. Olive was too shy to sing. She hummed. Back at her doghouse, Olive was wrapping presents and listening to the radio again. She heard the same song. Olive, the other reindeer, went the song. Olive, the other reindeer. Olive sang along. Olive, the reindeer? Said Olive. I thought I was a dog. I must really be a reindeer. It was the time of year when all reindeer reported to the North Pole to help Santa Claus. Olive put down her scissors carefully and marched out the door. She took one bus. She took two buses. She got there just in time. Santa was checking his list for the second time. Elves were busy helping the reindeer and loading the sleigh with presents for all the good girls and boys. Everyone was getting ready to go. Olive took her place. Santa noticed that there was a little dog in the lineup. Santa knew a lot about dogs, for instance, that they can't fly. But it was time to go. He decided to give Olive a chance. Comet, the biggest reindeer, used a piece of extra ribbon to make sure Olive was tied safe and tight. Now they were ready to go. Olive was so surprised. It was so easy to fly. The reindeer were curious about the new helper. They looked at Olive so much that they weren't watching where they were going. Crash! They smacked into a tall tree. Oh no. Oh dear, said Santa. My sleigh is stuck in this tree. I'll have to cut it free. I don't know what accent that was. Olive clung to the side of the tree. She tried to fly up to help Santa. She couldn't. She climbed up slowly and started chewing. Chewing sticks was something Olive knew how to do really well. Thank you, Olive, said Santa Claus as they got back on their way. They had not traveled far when Olive's nose began to twitch. Olive smelled trouble. It was the smell of gumdrop candies falling from the sleigh. Drop, drop, drop. Olive barked, and Santa knew just what to do. He steered his reindeer down and around so that all of the gumdrops fell, plop, 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 back into his toy sack. We are very lucky not to lose a single gumdrop, thought Olive. Then she heard a strange sound. It was the sound of a musical note. She spun around on her string to see the night sky filled with falling flutes. First gumdrops, and now flutes? Thought Santa. Olive had to howl louder than the wind instruments so that Santa could hear. Prepare for emergency landing, Santa instructed. The sleigh landed in a snowy field full of flutes. Luckily, Olive was very good at fetching sticks. It was something dogs were really good to do. Before Santa had finished patching the hole in the sleigh, Olive had returned each and every flute back to the sack. Ho, 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 said Santa. We are ready to go. They were running late, but after a while, all the good children received their presents, and Santa and his team headed home. They were almost home when they got caught in the dreaded North Pole fog. The reindeer slowed down until it was only the breeze that moved them along. The fog was as thick as a pillow. It made everyone feel sleepy. Then Santa remembered something about dogs. They're expert smellers. "Olive, I'd hate to be late for breakfast this year," he said. "Mrs. Claus has planned a parade of cookies. You can almost smell them, can't you?" Olive could smell the cookies. "Olive, won't you guide my sleigh this morning?" said Santa. Olive moved the front of the reindeer. Thanks to Olive's nose and Mrs. Santa Claus baking, they made it all the way back to the North Pole. All of the elves cheered out a cheer. "Hooray! Hooray! Santa and the reindeer and the little doggy are back." Good girl, Olive, you did it! You saved Christmas! Oh, you did it! Oh, there's another page. Back in the North Pole, it was a glorious morning. After eating lots of good food, it was time to open presents. The reindeer got jump ropes, and elves got toy trains. Santa reached into his toy sack. There was just one present left. It was for Olive. It was her very own set of reindeer antlers. They fit perfectly. Then everyone went outside and played reindeer games. The end. Ho, 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 ho.